Leadership is indeed a calling. If you are not called, you can never lead. If it is not in your DNA to lead, forget it. We are pleased to have in our studio today Mali, the aspirant for SRC Secretary. Please, you are welcome to decarlogh Multimedia.
Thank you.
Please, first of all, my first question, why the name Mali?
My government name or my full name is Christabel Abanga Malitina.
Oh, okay.
And Malitina is a northern name, Upper East region, and it means prepare for God.
Wow.
And so I wanted something unique, I wanted a name that is already in the system. And so I decided to go for Mali since it aligns with a name that's already in the system, which is the country Mali. So that is how come we got the Mali. So Mali is derived from Malitina, which means prepare for God.
Wow, prepare for God indeed. So with that being said, which denomination do you belong to?
I'm a first lover. I attend First Love.
Wow, that's it. First Love. Wow. Okay. Please, for the sake of my audience, kindly give a brief introduction about you.
All right. My name is Christabel Abanga Malitina. I go by the Tiza Mali. I'm a level 300 communication studies student. I'm currently the secretary for the association, which is Communication Studies Students Association. I love to rap. I love to beach. I believe in this principle that leadership is action and not just the position. And so, in summary, that is who Mali is. Thank you.
Wow. Leadership is an action and not the position. Talking about secretariatship, we all know that when you say secretary is all about writing. Two of us.
In a layman's opinion, secretary is all about writing.
Kindly elaborate on it, if possibly with diagrams and illustrations.
Okay, so if I'm to go deep into the duties of a secretary, you will not only find the secretary as a writer, you find the secretary as a public relation or a speaker, right? As someone who has intellectual ideas, someone who is able to bring aboard strategic ideas that is going to that will benefit an organization, a company, or in my case, the student public. And so a secretary is not just about writing, like you said. A secretary should be the first point of contact.
Okay.
Let's say if use Fan Eyes or Darling Hair, if they want to get to collaborate with the SRC, since the secretary, according to chapter 4.2.3 of the SRC Constitution, which stipulates the duties of the secretary is the administrative head of the organization, or the SRC in my case. And so if Darling Hair wants to collaborate with SRC, Darling Hair doesn't go straight to the president. I'm going to be the first point of contact. Darling Hair comes to me, and then through that, I establish that kind of relationship, and I relay what was discussed to the other executives. And so if you're a secretary and you don't have interpersonal skills, good communication skills, then you're missing, because it's not just about writing, like I said here.
Okay. So from your submission, you are trying to tell us that the notion we have out there, that's secretariatship is about writing. It's not just about writing.
Not that.
We also have the intellectual aspects where you would have to exhibit your communication skills and all that.
Exactly.
So that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. So now, we all know that after the vetting, there is a short list. But I want to ask, when you went for vetting, how was the vetting process like? Were you panicking? Was it something that made you panic? Or you just went in as a normal person is just vetting. How was it like?
Um, I think before I went for vetting, I underestimated the abilities of the vetting panel. I hadn't watched videos of the previous vettings that had been conducted, and so I took it lightly. But then my management team groomed me so well that when I went there, I wasn't I wasn't scared. I wouldn't say I was scared. At the beginning, it was a bit frightening because you're meeting a panel of 13 or more people, and each of these people are going to ask you different questions, and each of them are going to score you in accordance to what they think they expected from you, the answer they expected from you. And so when I was asked to introduce myself, that was the first question I had, and it was quite frightening. I was a little bit shaky. But moving on, I realized I decided that no, this is not just a vetting. Let me just take it like a conversation between myself and the panel. And so having that psychological thought made it quite easy for me. And so I was very comfortable. I expressed myself. I mean, I had to be who I was, and that made me come out victorious. I mean, I qualified.
Well,
Yeah.
that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. So, I would want to ask, after you declaring your intention of becoming an SRC secretary, how has the reception of students been like? Is it that people will be saying, oh, you don't deserve to go for such position, or is there any kind of hindrances coming up your way?
After I declared my intention and I started speaking to people, creating awareness, I usually got that kind of vibe from students that, oh, she's cute, she's pretty. But there were other times where they say that, oh, she's too small, she can't do the work. And I think that was one of my challenges where students just look at your physique and they just discourage you, or they just have that kind of mindset that because of this, you can't do that. So that was one of the challenges, but they were just some few remarks, and I took them lightly. But in general, the reception was overwhelming. Students liked me. I spoke to them, and I mean, they enjoyed me. Yes, so I
Wow.
would say it was
Wow.
quite receptive.
So it was quite receptive. It was quite receptive. On this note, we go for a commercial break. So now, I'm going to give you a space of a minute to speak to my audience, convince them, and tell them the reason why they should give you the opportunity to become the SRC secretary.
All right. Dear colleague students of the University Populace, um, my name is Mali once again, an aspirant for SRC General Secretary. And um, like I said earlier, leadership is action and not just position. And I've always said to my other teammates and anybody who is close to me that a leader is someone who finds a problem and then find solutions to those problems. I'm not going to be the secretary who will come and write and just leave office. I'm going to be the secretary who is going to bring strategic ideas that is going to benefit students. And some of these ideas are Secretary Connect and Beyond the Pen. So these are these are the two main policies I have on board for UCC students. So Secretary Connect is going to bring up like-minded individuals. It could be the secretary to the president, it could be the secretary to Otumfo, the secretary to the registrar, the secretary to the VC. So these people are going to come on board. We are going to gather students, and these people are going to expose students with regards to how to write CVs, how to write letters, how to write reports, citations, and many others. This is also going to benefit secretaries of halls, secretaries of clubs, secretaries of denominations, secretaries of departments. So when these people come together, they are going to be trained and groomed for their secretarial duties in the next academic year. And so that is one of the things. If I had more time, I would have loved to speak about the beyond the pen policy, but I'll save that for another time. Thank you.
That's quite interesting. A lovely submission. So UCC, lay low and wait for what is coming your way. It is still your host, Kojo Manuel, and this is the Propaganda Report, your favorite campus political talk show. Thank you for having time with us, and do not forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.